Hi guys, so today we are going to see a practice exam for Google Cloud Digital Leader. So I searched for Udemy and many places for that some practice exam for this Cloud Digital Leader, but I found that for the Cloud Engineer, Udemy provides some practice sets, but for Cloud Digital Leader there are not many. Finally, I found a website which is a Cloud Guru, which is a paid subscription also. So it gives us some cloud dummy test for this Cloud Digital Leader. So today I will take one test from a Cloud Guru for this Cloud Digital Leader, and we'll discuss each questions like why I think this should be the right answer, and at the end we'll see the answer as well. So this will be a live test. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how it goes. Thank you. Hi guys, so let's start the Google Cloud Practitioner exam. Okay, device for parents business takes Okay, so Depa needs to give their parents some reason why they should move to cloud. So that is the in brief question in this. So what we should select? We should select that cloud computing allow business to go compete globally. Yes, cloud computing definitely allows us to go globally. The cloud is virtually available at no cost. Customer expectation for reliability and innovation have increased. Cloud allows company to expand, pay as you go. Yeah, cloud allows to you to go pay as you go on basis. So then we can select probably this one, like customers' expectation for reliability and innovation have increased, and cloud provides us that reliability. Okay, so we had to choose 3, and I have chosen these 3. Okay. Okay, then let's come to the next question. Remy is working for a startup company that specializes in transcribing Korean text into English, Spanish. Okay, which of these following process should Remy recommend to his company to adapt? Okay, so basically we need to translate things. Okay, and transcribe the document using media translation API. Okay, so this looks valid to me. Let's go through the other options as well. Scan the text document with Cloud Vision API to convert the text. Okay, and then use translate API to transcribe. This also looks correct to me. We'll discuss. Use automated. No. So the first and last we are not going with them. So we have to select with these 2. So the first one is in simple. You use the translation API to translate your Korean text into English, Spanish, and French. Okay, but what is this one is saying is, in case your text is on some text or in hardcore it is in printed on paper, then you need to scan them with Cloud Vision API to convert them to OCR, and then only you can use the translation API. Okay, but in your question I can see nowhere it is mentioned that the text we'll get is in some paper and all. So we should go with this translation API, I believe. Please do pause the video whenever you want to analyze the questions and select your own answer, and we will go through all the answers at the last. Okay, and then the third question. Cameraman has been taking for a suitable storage location for the company. Delivery companies knew of which analyze standard data collected from devices across the amount of refueled. Okay. So it's a question about they have given which type of data to store, and we have to decide where we have to store that. Okay, and next from this data we need to understand if this data is structured data or unstructured data. Okay, and if you see the highlighted word, okay, data collected from all delivery as well as the amount of gas refuel at the end of the day. So there are 2 types of data we can clearly see, and they are really structured data. It is not unstructured data. So it will with numbers and some counts. Okay, so as it is the structured data, so we don't need a data lake. Data lake is used to store unstructured data mostly, and everything is structured, so we can go with a relational database in this case. if you're not sure like what we are going to use and we may need to change this schema, and in that type of case we may can go with the non-relational database. But here I can see that everything looks good to me, like the data type is properly set and it is structured data, so I choose this a relational database. Jackie is researching on which Google Cloud database service to use for a new major enterprise client who needs extremely fast processing and highest availability. Okay, so we need to, now the question is on which database should we use so that it will be fast processing and it will be the highest availability. Okay, so for that what we should go with, let me think. It can be Spanner probably. And let's go with this Spanner one in this case, and we'll see, because Spanner gives us this highest availability and fast processing. Okay. Okay, BB has what he thinks is really great idea for his company. He wants to gather all the data and the customers' buying habit and correlate it with the customer service around the world, so we can advertise products from the company's catalog to fit customers' weather-driven needs. Okay, B feels that. B feels that the company in-house server can handle the data. Okay, but there is a problem in this approach. Okay. So in short, this question says that there is this guy BP, and he wants his he wants to collect these buying habits and correlate with its weather service from around the globe. So this is the part that we need to focus on first of all, and then this guy thinks that their own in-house can handle the data. Okay, then on which area this guy is wrong? Like he's thinking that his in-house server can handle this. So in which area? So this guy is wrong that his in-house can handle that. Okay. So first of all, I'll select this one. I saw this one first. Like BB's idea requires global connectivity. Definitely, because here somewhere I saw this around the world. Okay. So I believe that it needs, and also if your users are across the world, then you definitely need to go cloud, because in your in-house database, definitely that low latency will be available to the other part of the world. Okay, and okay, not this one. Maybe I just processing this side out require coordination with the local regulatory agency. Definitely this one will be there, because it will need an API, because you want to collect some other data and correlate with your data. Then how that communication will happen between the other data and your data? So that will be the API for this kind of communication. Okay. Then need to choose between this idea would require coordination with the local regulatory agency. Yeah, this could happen, because in some countries or in some regions they may ask that you need to keep your data center with us only. So that also can happen. So I'm a bit confused between these two, but I will go with this one. Okay. David asked Jimmy which Google Cloud database service would be better for an upcoming project, Cloud Firestore or Bigtable. Okay. Cloud Firestore and Bigtable both are NoSQL database. You should know. Okay. Which of the following services does Jimmy need to ask to differentiate between the two services? Then let's go through the options to understand that between these two, which one should be the question. How large is the workload? Okay, this can be questioned because if the workload is big enough, then we should go with a big big table, and if it's up to some TVs, okay, then we can go with the file store. Then this can be definitely questioned. It's cost and overriding concern. Okay, does this project require NoSQL? Because see, we have to choose between these two NoSQL databases only, okay, and then this question never comes, and we have to choose these three. So you can also try to answer using this technique. So elimination principle also we call that. We eliminated this one, and then we have to choose three. Then these three will be the answer. Okay. Logan is working with cloud logging for the first time and needs to understand its capabilities. Which of the following the feature of cloud logging? Okay. So cloud logging we can put research. Okay. So I believe these two will be for the cloud logging. Cloud logging we can there are multiple use cases. Either in your application you can use to store your PMs or anyone's log. You can dump your log in the cloud logging and you can visualize that, and also you can check your access logs as well in there. Lynn is coordinating with your partner running Azure Active Directory to allow this service across access to the company of third line posted up. Okay, I'm a bit confused on this part. Let's see. Okay. So I believe it will be this one. Let's see. Okay, designing an application that reads simple name developer information from a big array of smart representatives are built with database recipe. So here, okay, it's saying the simple name value pair information from a big array of smart representative. So when I are seeing this key value kind of information, so I'm thinking of the NoSQL database only. Okay. So in that case, I can go with BigQuery Spanner Cloud SQL. Now this looks like a NoSQL database to me. Okay, Queen is outlining the company's security responsibilities after migrating the application to which complete competition as the following should Queen note our company are responsible for. Manage security responsibility to migrate application. So they migrated their application to Google Cloud's Compute Engine, and now the question is, what is their company's responsibility? Which means that we will recall that share responsibility model. If you are deploying something, so what are your responsibility and what are Google Cloud's responsibility? So in this case of content will be that company's responsibility, because the question is, what is the company's responsibility? Okay. And then deployment is definitely this company's responsibility, and access and authentication is also this company's responsibility, because if you have a web application, for example, and you need to set up the authentication and all, so Google Cloud is not responsible for that. You have to configure all of them, but the network is something Google Cloud is responsible for. So it's a part of this shared responsibility model. Okay, alert will manage whether their CPU usage is causing a scale up. Okay, so the question is, sometimes this organization CPU usage is causing a scale of threatness to resource limit. So they have some resource limit, and some point of time it is getting adjusted kind of, and then how they should tackle this situation. So in this kind of scenario, this looks like we should use a profiler, but we have two options in profiler. Use cloud profiler to isolate CPU spikes and then work with them. Use cloud profiler to isolate and then work with them. Okay. To isolate. So the question is CPU spike. So we should not be bothered about this memory spike. So use cloud profiler. So profiler is something we can use in this kind of case to check. Even if you people have used Android Studio, so there is also a profiler to check this kind of CPU usage. Let's go next. So if so you can also watch the video in 1.5x or 2x as per your convenience if you want to just go through the questions. So I am discussing the questions one by one and going through them, so it might take a bit light for me. Kimi is working on an organizational cloud IAM policy and needs to identify the principles. Okay. Specific Okay, so what are these cloud IAM principles? It can be. So it can be a Google group, it can be a service account, and it can be on network users or not. Okay. Okay, let's make this all network users and then see. Acha, it is 2. Okay, then this 2 will be there. Okay, at the company's lead SRE. SRE is the site reliability engineer. Okay. Justin is coordinating with the managers of the team on the new SLA service level agreement. Franklin the organization is advocating for 100% reliability. The following statement should be in Justin's response. So 100% as per the rule of this SRE, site reliability engineering, 100% responsibility is never required. You should remember this one before going to the exam. So now we need to choose an why. What should Justin give in the response? Okay. Insert continued success. And SL 100% is not necessary, definitely. So they always take a SLA of 99.99%, not 100%. So it is not necessary for the good customer relations, and it is also costly in terms of, because if you aim for that 100% efficiency or 100% SLA, so that will also lead you cost, and it will definitely not lead continued success. So this will be the option. Okay. Kanchan has noticed an issue with his app. Users are reporting a significant but operation. Okay, so the app is getting delayed sometimes. So in this case of use case, maybe we can go with this cloud trace. I believe I'm thinking of cloud trace, because the cloud trace is used if you have some multiple microservices and your request is going through from one microservice to other microservice. To trace them, we need cloud trace, and probably that kind of delay it might be causing, I'm thinking. So that's why I'm selecting cloud trace. So definitely we'll see at the end if I'm doing correct or wrong. If you think for some questions I am thinking some other way, that I should think in some other way, please feel to drop a comment in the video. Beta is responsible for setting her company's VMware workloads to the newly established private cloud. Okay, which VM cloud service should Beta use? So definitely it's the VMware engine from Google. Okay, so we have that migrate for compute engine and VM engine, all those things. Bare metal is something different, that we don't have any hypervisor. Okay, and Anthos is for multi-cloud deployment system, and compute engine is not applicable in this kind of VMware use case. That's why I'm going with this VMware engine. Okay. Then Sebastian has a single data source providing response to customer calls from a chain of restaurants around the world. He has two teams that want to use the same data source. Okay. So it should be this one, Vertex AI for both the teams, because we have two teams. Okay, they need to work on that data source simultaneously. So in this kind of scenario, Vertex AI we can allow them both the team to work on the same data source simultaneously. So then Kubernetes company runs their own data center to manage the local chain of order in stores and are beginning to expand. Okay, this tool is concerned about rising cost. Okay. Own data center still beginning to expand. So in this case, I'm not saying that they have any sensitive data that needs to be shared on their provision only. If that could have the case, then we should have think for the hybrid cloud options and all. So in this and expand on premise, this is definitely not going to be the answer if you are appearing the GCP exam. Okay, so in this kind of use case, we can say to use public cloud, because I don't see a requirement of going for the private cloud over here. So we can go with a public cloud in this case. Okay, Christian inherited his uncle's software company along with its traditional methods of application development, and he would like to modernize the process. What option should they consider? Okay, so they should develop and maintain software using CI/CD pipeline. They can do this. We have to do 3. This is definitely the best thing, and they should do this. Implement SRE strategies when creating and maintaining application. Definitely we should do this. Structure the teams responsible for creating software to follow a DevOps pattern. Keep the development and operational team independent of each other. This is definitely not the answer, because that's why DevOps concept also came that they should not be separated like that. So structure the team responsible for creating the software to follow a DevOps pattern. Okay, this will be the answer. Jury is looking into deploy her new app which she developed locally using a Docker container. Okay, a Docker container development system. Which of the following compute options should you consider? So if that is a Docker system, okay, for the deployment they should definitely consider containers and microservice. Between microservice and serverless I'm a bit confused, because if they are going to deploy, they can choose a serverless service like we have Cloud Run. Okay, Cloud Run for this container. So I'll select this one, because microservice is also recommended, but it is not nowhere mentioned there specifically that they need a microservice approach for this use case. Joy received the most recent billing report for his team and noticed that there was numerous resources that he didn't recognize. Okay. And then what Joy needs to do? Okay. So in this case of use case, this should be the option event threat detection. Okay. And this will not be the answer. This one, and we have to choose another one. Export the billing logs to BigQuery and analyze. Okay. Review the audit logs. So we can review the audit log. In this case, we should review the audit log. Okay, reviewing these audit logs also will show which user was working on which specific resource. Okay, so that's why I believe reviewing also should be the good option. Okay, then coming next, James wants to work with a new machine learning model which he wants to train and use to generate predictions. What step must that guy take? So they should create a model first. Then they should manage the models. There is the first things in cloud what they need to do. So always think from the cloud perspective. There also the option was to they supervise these models, but that's not a from a cloud angle that doesn't look a prominent option to me. So then coming next, restaurant needs to set up cloud IAM access for a number of external database engineer who needs to access the project development team resource. Okay, and the base to establish access. So we have some external database engineers who need to access the project development team resource. Okay. So for them, so not a single person, there are some number of person I believe in the database engineers. So giving each external engineer the necessary data. Now Q5. Create Google group with predefined roles for database and all. This looks good to me. The second one not there. We'll go through the next. Create a Google group with custom role containing the database related permissions. Okay. Cloud IAM access for a number of external engineers who need access to project development. So we can, this also looks good. We can give them the specific permission only. We'll make a group. We'll give them the specific permission. Okay. And add each external engineer to the group. This looks good to me. Then the first one. So let's repeat the last one. Create Google group with a custom role containing the database related permission. Custom role, okay, containing database related permissions. At the okay, so this is the project level, this is the team level. So if these guys need access to a project only, then why we should give them access to a team level? So we should give them access to this project level. That's what I think. So I will go with this option. Okay. Then coming next, Riley has been put in charge of managing the customer's annual signed digital agreements, but the customer only needs access to the current agreement. Okay. So this is about this storage class which we offer will to use. This must kept for the 10 years and then destroyed. Okay. So in this kind of use case, what we should with let me go through these options one by one. Okay. So first, for the first some time we need frequent access to this. So definitely firstly it needs to be stored in standard class. Okay, and then we need to move this to some other class which will be the last class in our storage option, that is the archive one. Okay, so we'll say that store the current agreement in standard class. Okay, so these two are out. Store the current agreements in standard class and use object lifecycle rule for the first move them to not cold line, we'll move them to archive. Okay, so this looks like an option to me. Okay, then coming next, whatever is setting of the security policy for this company's new migrated cloud operation. Okay. Which of the following areas should be concerned with security policy? Okay, so in this case, in case of security, so this would be privacy and internal security threats, these two, because these two are not related to security operations. Insurance company is planning on building a replacement cloud native application and doing things the best way forward to build a brand new application. And taking into account of these advantages being cloud native. Okay, so there are these approaches embedded in brownfield, greenfield, lift and shift it, like whatever you have, you just pull them and dump them in this cloud. So these are the lift and shift. But in this kind of scenario, they are building a brand new application again, which is being cloud native also. So in this kind of scenario, it should be invented in greenfield. Everything is new, and they are also developing considering a cloud in mind. So this is inventing greenfield. So if you haven't heard about this concept, you can go through it. Okay, I just halfway done, so we have 1 hour left. Okay, I'll try to complete this. I'll not bore you for 1 hour, definitely. Okay, then Darren has taken over an older, but in exam you should utilize your time up to the fullest. Okay, Darren has taken over an older website running in compute engine. The company has switched from to one more secure HTTPS protocol. How Darren check for mixed content? Okay. So what is mixed content? So if you have a website in HTTP and you moved it to HTTPS, which is using a SSL, and if you have something used in this website, for example CDN and all, and they are not following these SSL standards, they are not HTTPS, in this kind of scenario you will see a mixed content error in your console. If you are a web application developer, you might know this. So this is something you need to check inside our code. If we have some other URLs or CDNs that are in HTTP, not HTTPS. Okay, and for this we need to we definitely not going to use Cloud Armor because it's not an attack to us. We need to check our code base, so I believe we can use web security scanner. So that is the reason I'm selecting this, because this is to scan our own systems. Okay, coming next, analyze setting up a Cloud IAM policy for a new team. One needs to understand what resources are available. Okay. This Cloud IAM resources. So in this case, project folder. Because you might know the structure, like there can be a folder inside that we can have projects, and then we can for each environment you need to have a project for that. Okay. Nothing, not this one. Okay, these three will be the option, the answer. Okay, coming next, Gunnar is looking for a solution to his data problem. His company has data stored in regional data centers across the world that need access. So they have the data in regional data centers across the world, but local regulation mandate that the data stored at this location. So this is also an important point. So those local regulations are there that should be stored there only. Which of the solution? Okay. So in brief, the question is like, you have some data in various part of the world, but it should be there because of the regulation. You can't migrate them to anywhere else. So in this kind of scenario, you can use a PG, because these are databases. You don't need them, but a PG instead is like a API management platform. Okay, we should use this one, and also with that. You should choose this Cloud Spanner as database because it has that global, globally available. So considering that, these two are the right option. Okay, has been asked to identify the lowest cost method to store collective PDF document, and that's to be created, has to be accessed annually by the computers. Okay, so we have to store some PDF document, which will be, when it's PDF document, we can store it in database. We should store it in cloud storage bucket. Okay, and then that use case says that it needs to be accessed annually, means like once a year. Okay, so in this kind of scenario, what should be as this guy suggests? So definitely we should use a cloud storage bucket with code line archive. Is around for this 1 year. Okay, 30 days, 90 days frequently. Okay, so this is the archive. Once a year you need it, so we should go with archive. That's what I believe will be the answer. Gina needs to create a custom machine learning model that identifies structural defects in wind turbines using drone footage. Okay, so okay, she has all the videos that is necessary. Okay, so she have no experience in AIML. This is a point that you need to consider, and they have some video footages. Okay, for this, if they have no experience, then it's definitely the AutoML. Okay, and then it's a video, so AutoML video. That's the simplest answer. Then coming next, what you is leading the team responsible for migrating his company's virtual resource to GCP. Okay. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the luxury of halting the current running on-premise system. Okay. No need to halt. Select the best answer. So they have some application running which, okay, they need to migrate them to GCP, but they don't want their current application to be interrupted. So in this kind of application, what we should use? So migrate for compute engine. Anthos is not an option. This is not a multi-cloud system. This is a replicable system data. Okay. So this will be the option, migrate for compute engine. First of all, okay, because they are migrating a company's virtual machine workloads. Okay, virtual, as it is virtual machine, so it will be compute engine. And also they don't want their work to be halted, so this replication of data needs to be in the background only, because migrate for Anthos and GK is something for the multi-cloud system that's not applicable here. And the last one, considering pre-migration validation and test clone capability, it's just to give you an assurance that GCP server can handle whatever the request you have right now, but it doesn't guarantee you, or it doesn't saying anywhere that there will be no downtimes. Okay, so we definitely move the data. Once you migrate there, you can do this, but this data, that data sync must go on in the background for this kind of use case. Okay, coming next. Stephanie is developing an application that calls an API as a part of the process. When she needs to securely store the API key and then incorporate it when the API request is executed. How should Stephanie accomplish this? So they have to store that API key securely somewhere. Okay. So for this, okay, database is storing a key in database is definitely a very bad idea. Storing the API key, so we should not go with that. I'm damn sure about that. Then coming next, we have the secret manager and cloud key management service. Okay, secret manager API can encrypted string and then pass the decrypted value in the base call. So this looks what to me. GCP security manager, secret manager. Okay, Diane needs to make a presentation Google Cloud's defense in-depth security model. So which of the following should Diane list as a security tiers in this model? So coming security, let me think. In this kind of use case, so we should definitely give an option to this RAVC. Okay, so we have so in while you are appearing the exam, if you have time like this, you can give yourself some time and think again about the answers if you are a bit unsure about some answers. So as I'm just recording a video and this is just a mock test for us, so we are going a bit faster, but you definitely not need to go faster in your exam or something. Okay, so in this case we should use probably privacy, and then when we are considering about security model, so probably we can go with this encryption. I'll see. Then Amaya is talking to different contractors concerning the new applications he wants developed. Okay, he wants to be able to develop the app quickly in such a way that it can easily develop and highly scalable. So probably this is something we might need later, but also ensure that the access is highly restricted. Okay. So if access is highly restricted, it should not be there in the public cloud platform, and using container is not applicable in this use case, because there is no mention that we need to use some containers. Okay. Deploy to a private cloud, and creating a new application based on existing one by adapting its code quickly in such a way that it can easily develop and scalable. Have they mentioned that they have an existing application due to different contractors? Okay, and develop quickly in such a way that it can be easily developed and highly scalable. Okay. So then probably let's choose this one. I'm not bit unsure. I choose this one because they want this to be quickly developed, and for that only I have choose this last option, that you can adopt the existing code structure which will help you to quickly develop an application. Rachel and Ben are working together to launch a new business that involves 6 different applications, all running on the same operating system. Okay. Launch business in 6 application, same operating system. All of the apps operate independently of each other but share information from one time to time. Okay. So there are 6 applications. They need to talk to each other. How this will structure? Okay. You can use containers. Use VM on a single server. Use a mix of containers and VMs. I don't think mixing is a good option here. Use 6 VM is definitely not a good option. So the last 2 I don't think will be there. Then we have to choose between use containers and use VM on a single server. So in their use case, they are a business that involves 6 applications all running on the same operating system. So for that, I'm a bit confused, but I'll go with this one. Use VMs on a single server. Okay, coming next. Jesslyn is overseeing her company's migrate to the cloud because the nature of their business. They have decided to open a hybrid approach. So they will have some in-house and some in cloud that allows them to retain on-premise process for certain data due to regulatory requirements, while deploying other container-based apps that needs more rapid scalable cloud. Jesslyn feels it is important to centralize monitoring of the systems. Okay, so you have this on-premise and cloud thing, and we need to monitor them in a multi-cloud system. Okay, because you have that on-premise and your cloud. So in this kind of use case, without thinking anything, I will go with the Anthos. Anthos is for the multi-cloud system. Jenna is exploring Google Cloud's autonomous services. Which of the following types are supported by one of the service? So in Auto Cloud, we support images, videos, text, simple and crisp. Okay, that's good. Valeria has a big deadline coming up. By the end of the week, she needs to submit her report detailing the monthly expenses anticipated for the new application her team is preparing to launch. Okay. Mihla has coordinated with the various state managers to get a full understanding of the infrastructure used for the next step. Okay. So what she needs to prepare? Submit a report detailing about the monthly expenses anticipated. Okay, so for that, commit. Use the Google Cloud, because now you have got from the managers like what are the infrastructure used. So a pricing calculator can help to gather estimates, I believe, in this case. Following a merger with a financial service company, Karen was reviewing the company's public data and noticed that a great deal of records they inherited contained both home address and credit card numbers. So there are some sensitive information that is present in the data. So for this, use cloud data loss prevention to de-identify the values to protect the customer's privacy. So if you have got some credit card numbers and home address, so we should protect the customer's privacy and use this cloud data loss prevention. Okay. And coming next, Marik's team is in charge of rendering and encoding video footage for the drone photography of which has just received a long-term military contract. Okay, the footage is uploaded on a regular basis and must be encoded within 2 hours time frame. Okay, unfortunately, due to cost overruns in other departments, the team's budget has been cut. Okay, then what is the best single option that would allow Martin to accomplish this job? So 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 they need to do some stuffs and their budget is cut, but looks like they have a long-term military contract. So this is something you need to focus on. Apply for trust and use discount. Trust and use discount, you don't need to apply, they are applied automatically. So this is not an answer. Change the storage class a less expensive one. No, this is a mandatory thing, and also they need to get the data. So in this kind of use printable VMs are not option, that they can be eliminated anytime by the Google Cloud. So let's go with a committed use discount because we have a long-term military contract. So in this kind of use case, we can get some good discount. So even if our budget is low, it will fit in. Coming next, we have 10 questions left. Okay, Christoph is making a presentation on Looker for his colleagues. So Looker is for business intelligence. Whenever you are hearing the term Looker, search for the business intelligence. Okay. Oh, I got the answer, business intelligence, but I have to choose two. Let's go ahead. Which statement should be included to describe the service? Okay. Looker handles large amount of data. Looker includes integration and building custom data validation. Looker business intelligence sector, yes. Looker about synchronization, and this is the one. Looker includes integrated building and custom data visualizers. Okay, not this one. I haven't got to the question yet. Okay, then search team has been fending up DDoS attack. Okay, one of the members of search team is concerned that these attacks are being orchestrated from within the organization. Which service should they use? So first of all, they definitely should use Cloud Armor. Oh, I had clicked randomly on the correct answer. Because to protect their website from DDoS attack, they should definitely use the Cloud Armor. Armor is like a shield, it will protect your website. Okay, and then to know and then coming to this next part, concerned that the attacks are being orchestrated from within the organization. So this leads to me another option, which can be this one, event threat detection. Okay, let's go next. We have 8 more left. Okay, Lachan's company rather hurriedly migrated their business to the cloud and just got their first month bill. It's costing more than expected. So they just, in a hurry, they migrated to the cloud and the bill is more than what they had expected. And Lachan is the billing administrator. Upon investigation, it seems that a great number of resources and services are being used by the team across the company, not just in the development and operation teams. What this guy should do? Okay, so there is a great bill, big bill for them, and without development operation team also there is some resources used, a great number of resources. So we need to figure out. Use recommender, send a new bill codes, not this one. Create a new billing account. Increase unlimited resources essential. So okay, so this will be the answer. So you should that least privilege principle. So whatever some person need, only give them that access, not to everything. So we should use the cloud IAM and limit the resource access. And the other one, these two are not, doesn't look like a good option to me. So in this kind of use case, we can go with this recommendation to identify the non-essential resources and we can eliminate that use. Okay, coming next, Don is frustrated. He has just been hired to oversee his company's expansion after recent migration to the cloud, which everyone is just excited about. However, the great potential the company's data that did not work. Okay, so there was some data in the this company did not migrate to cloud, and this person lower is sees a lot of potential in this all migrated data, and she is preparing a presentation for the board to lay out her ideas and issues. What argument should lower convince? Okay. So first of all, making the data available is great potential. The on-premise data cannot connect to the new cloud system directly. Definitely it will not be connected. It should be migrated to the cloud, and API will be developed. API can make this legacy data available. This looks like an option to me, and then we need to choose another 2 options. Making the data available has a great potential. Definitely you need to you must have that potential. If you don't have any potential, why you should migrate them or you should create a API for them? And then the on-premise data cannot connect. Definitely this on-premise data cannot connect to the new cloud system directly, so you need to have an API for that. So let's go next. Okay, Srinath has been asked to set up a database for the new app that displays which cars used which parking meter in the last 30 days. The data always include a parking meter number and a photograph of the car's license plate. So this is a structured data, and the data and the time that the car started using meter. Okay, so also this is part of the structured data. Database, so type of database they should use. This is a structured data, so they should go with a structured database. After a recent promotion, Gurjaz was given the responsibility for developing the CI/CD pipeline for its company's newest serverless application. Okay, which service they should use for this CI/CD pipeline? So for this, Kubernetes engine is not for that. Cloud Run, Compute Engine, Cloud Function, we should not use them for this CI/CD purpose. Okay, that not the use case of that. So it looks like a Cloud Run to me. Okay, so we have 4 more questions left. Yo. So if you are up to this point in this video, so I really want to thank you. So let's go next. Jake just got a much needed promotion, and he's now in charge of ensuring that his teams are meets all compliance requirement when the payment card industry data security standard. Okay, which cloud service should use. In charge of ensuring it's all compliance requirement. So a payment card data is again a personal data. Okay, so you should use this cloud data prevention for that. Coming next, Ace is trying to decide which container based service he should use on Google Cloud for his new application. Which container based service I use? So container based Cloud Run is a container based serverless service. Okay, but let's go through the question again. We have not gone through the end of the question. He thinks that the configuration must be optimized for the application to work at peak efficiency, so which GCP service is used. Okay, Cloud Run is also there. We have also Kubernetes engine here as a container based service, but when we have decided about this peak efficiency and all, so I should go with this Kubernetes engine. Okay, Captain's team is building an application that will accept photographs from users and then after review and approval make them available to the public for viewing. Okay, how should structure the process? Create 2 buckets. So we will have 2 things. Okay, one for the public viewing and another for this admin stuff or staff viewing. Okay, create 2 buckets in cloud storage, one with staff viewing permission and other with the public permission. Okay, upload the image in the public buckets first. But why to public bucket first? Our staff needs to view them first, right? So we should not upload here. This is not option. Store the images in Cloud SQL. No, images should not be stored in Cloud SQL. That should be in the cloud storage somewhere in the buckets. So let's come to next. Create 2 buckets in cloud storage, one with the staffing permission and other with the public permission. Okay, upload the images to the staff only bucket. Okay, and then after approval move them to public bucket. Simple and easy. Nice. This will be the answer. Not in cloud Firestore. For images we will use always cloud storage, not database. Last question. Leila is starting a new cloud-based business for her cosplay costumes. She has an application ready to go as well as a team capable of managing necessary infrastructure. Model. Okay. So here are some stuffs you should consider. So she has an application ready to go. That's fine. As well as a team capable of managing necessary infrastructure. So if that Layla has not a team with them, then they should go with serverless, which is the platform as a service. But they have a team to manage the infrastructure, then they should use this infrastructure as a service, IaaS, because they have this team to manage the infrastructure. Okay, so we're done. Let's submit the exam. I'm not sure if I'll get pass or fail. Let's see. Submit. Oh, it's just 84%, but okay, so what are the mistakes we made? We made a mistake in this question. So we have these sections: digital transformation, cloud, in which, okay, in this question we made a mistake. Previous I think it's really great idea. Okay, that whether correlating. Okay, so I had selected this one. This idea would be called coordination with local agency, but instead of this I should select this AI processing. Okay, got it. So that was the advanced workload. I probably missed that part from the question. Then coming next, innovation with data cloud, I made 2 wrong answers. James wants to work with a new machine learning model which one should train and use generate prediction. What step must change before they can do this? Okay, I selected this, and create model is fine, but manage the model. Models are only managed after they are deployed. Correct. So they need to prepare the data. Okay, agree. Srinath has been asked to set up a database for a new app that displays which car used is parking meter. Okay. Oh, I thought it has a structured data, but it is unstructured data because it has photograph. Oh, there was photograph and I missed that. Oh, a photograph of a license plate. At that time I read it as a photographs like some car's license number only. So if we have a photograph there, then it should use a data lake. Always remember that, you should remember that unstructured data should go into the data lakes. And data lakes are your cloud storage bucket. So also 2 wrong answers here in this infrastructure modernization. Amaya is talking to different contractors. Got these questions. I restricted, so I selected this one, like using existing code. But that was not a good answer. We should use containers. Okay. So it is saying that the old code is can be a spaghetti code or monolithic code, but we should go with a microservice approach. I somehow agree with this, but using containers was not mentioned anywhere in this question. That's why I had selected some other option. That's fine. Coming next. Restaurant, they are working together new 6 different applications. Okay. Oh, I was thinking this is a terrible mistake, so I don't deserve to post this video now. I'm ashamed. Okay, you should use containers, not 6 VMs on a single server first year. Okay, and then 3 more mistakes I have done from Google Cloud Security. So line is cooperating with your partner running Azure directory. Okay, so instead of this access, you should use workload identify federation. Now this federation stuff, I did this mistake, but I don't want you to do this, so I give you this trick. So in this, whenever you have some Azure Active Directory or some other, that user a database kind of thing that they store, okay, for the access for the company apps and all. So whenever a question comes to, regarding like you have 2 other like one you are going to use from the Google Cloud, and the other one is the Azure Active Directory. So there are 2 different ones. Whenever there is 2 different things, you should always search for this federation, because the federation is something like to make them sync together. Okay, so you definitely should search for this. I somehow missed this. I don't want you to do the same mistake again. Okay, this is a complete mess. Dion needs to make a presentation on Google Cloud defense security model. So, chalo. Just write a much